Welcome to Learn with Kelly. This is a learning technology series that is sponsored by iSisters Technology Mentoring and powered by GotSmartz Assistive Technology Coaching. Welcome, everybody. Today, we're going to focus on Read and Write. Read and Write is an excellent tool, extremely powerful. I think it's like the Swiss Army knife of all the tools that you can use to help support you when you are reading and writing, whether it's in the classroom or at the workplace. So one of the great things about Read and Write is it's multilingual. You can use it whether you're learning in English or you're learning in French. It is excellent on a PC. It functions on a Mac or a Chromebook. It exists in the cloud, which is fabulous because you can use it at work or at school or at the library, wherever you are doing your studying and wherever you need a little extra support. So I feel it's necessary for some, but absolutely useful for all. So let's get started. So we're going to start off by looking at Google Doc, and if you look at the learning toolbar up here on the right-hand side, my Read and Write puzzle piece is the first extension. If I click on the Read and Write puzzle piece, the toolbar will open up, and you'll have a whole bunch of different functions and features that you can use when you are learning online, completing some schoolwork, that sort of thing. So let's first start with the first button. It's called the Check It button. The Check It button is really handy if you have a document written out and you are looking to look for spelling errors. So if I type up what and I click on my Check It button, the computer will highlight in purple any mistakes, any spelling mistakes I have that I might need corrected. So once I click on the purple line, it has a drop-down menu and I can choose the correction. Moving along to the right, we have the word prediction button. If I am looking for a little support with some spelling, if I can start to spell out the first few letters of the word, it will give me a list of all the possibilities. It'll try to guess. The computer will try to guess what I'm trying to spell. And you can hear right there, it actually read the word out to me. So that gives me the confidence that I have the right word that I'm looking for. Next button is the dictionary tool. If you're doing a little bit of research and you come across a word that you don't know the meaning of, you can click on the dictionary tool and it will actually read the definition to you if you play the play button. Super handy for people who are just new to English or maybe just need a little bit of extra help with their comprehension. The next button is the picture dictionary button. The picture dictionary button, once I click on it, it pops up these really simple pictures that I can then drag and drop onto my document. And the really wonderful thing about that is it makes the connection between the word and the picture. And that helps with retention and making information stick, helping information stick within the brain. Really important for studying, comprehension, excellent tool. The play button will actually play and it will read any information that I have on the page. It'll read it back to me. So if I click play, and then I can stop and think, okay, did that make sense? Or do I need to go back and make a change? Did I answer the question? Do I need a period? Right? You're taking ownership of your writing. You can actually self-edit if you hear it. It's easier to self-edit if you hear that sentence read to you as opposed to reading it with your eyes So this particular statement, it didn't really make sense. I'm going to go back and fix it. What are you due today? What are you doing today? Okay, and then I can put my question mark in, go back, listen to it, self-edit, and away you go. Pause button allows you to stop, press pause, think about what was just read to you if you're reading with your ears, and then make little side notes so that you can help make the information stick in your brain. Stop button, you just stop the reader. The next button to the right of that is the screenshot reader. The screenshot reader is really helpful if there's, say, text within a button that you wouldn't normally be able to access. It makes the information accessible. Or if there's text on an image, all of a sudden I can click on the text within the image and have that read to me. So super handy for individuals that are having difficulty with reading and visual processing. The next button, a lot of students use this if there's a whole bunch of text that they want to have converted into an MP3 so that if they're walking to school, they're taking the bus to school, they can download their notes on their cell phone and then listen to it played back to them. The button beside that is a web search tool. So if I click on a particular word and then click on web search, the computer will actually open up a new tab and look for other websites related to the topic that I'm searching up. So this particular topic is volcanoes, and you can see there's a bunch of websites that have opened up, images that have opened up related to volcanoes. The button beside that is the screen masking tool, which is handy for students who have trouble reading and following line by line when they're reading down the page. This will actually allow them to keep focus on each sentence as they're reading down the page. That is the screen masking tool. Beside that, we have the talk and type button. So if there's a word that I'm not sure how to spell, I can just click on the talk and type button and a microphone pops up and it will actually type out whatever I say. Beside that, we have the translator button. So if there is a word that I'm not sure how to say it in French or Arabic or Spanish, I can click on the translator button and actually see what the word is in that other language that I'm trying to translate. And it'll actually read it out loud as well. Beside that, we have our highlighter buttons. So I can go through a document and actually highlight key information that I think is relevant to the topic that I'm learning. And beside that, we have the 4 highlighters. Beside that, we have the clear highlights button. So I can click and drag if I don't want something highlighted and remove the highlights that I don't want highlighted. The next button, this is really helpful if I'm on a website. So I'm going to take you to a website and I'm going to pull up a page and show you exactly how I would use this tool if I was in research mode. So let's pretend that I am studying biology and I'm learning all about the cells. So I could open up the Read and Write toolbar and do a few things once I'm on a website. I can simplify the page, which would be my first step. Simplify the page allows you to get rid of all of the advertisements and marketing that may be really distracting for you. And it puts it into a nice, simple format to help you when you are trying to take in information. You don't have all the distractions. It's easier to focus on the key terms, the key content that's going to allow you to get to the information that you really need when you're trying to do your researching or your studying. So as I'm going down this new simplified document, I can highlight key words that I think are really important terms that I need to know when I'm studying. So right now we're looking at cells. And I'm going through this document and I'm looking for keywords that I think I need to know for, let's say, my test that's coming up on cells. So Once I've gone through and I've read over all the document, I've highlighted all the key terms, I can click on the collect highlight buttons. It'll ask me, what do you want to collect? And I'll say all the colored highlights I just highlighted. And it will open up a new tab and list all those words in a document and then I can go through and type in my definitions that I want. Or alternatively, what I can do is actually click on the vocabulary list button, and it will put together a vocabulary list in a new tab outlining all the key terms that I want with a picture, the symbol, the word, the definition, the symbol, and then a section where I can actually type in my own personal notes if I have additional information that I wanted to track related to whatever the word is. So it's really, really well structured. It's easier to follow. So for people that have a lot of difficulty making up their notes, I highly recommend that you use this tool to get started when you're in the studying process, and make sure that you do add keynotes of your own on the side to help make it stick. For some students, what I suggest that they do is once they have all their keywords into their table, they can take the word that they are learning, type it in the notes section, type in human, highlight the word human, click on the voice note, press record themselves explaining the concept or repeating the definition, press stop, click insert. What the Read and Write toolbar will do is insert that voice note on the right-hand side so that you can go back and listen to your voice note over and over again. Play it over and over again so that it will help you remember that content, remember that information. And you can listen back and say, maybe I didn't understand the information entirely. I need to go back and learn a little bit more. So it's a great way to test yourself. So that's how I would use the voice note when I'm in the vocabulary list. Beside that, we have the practice reading aloud button. So if I were to be asked to prepare a presentation on this topic, I could highlight my speaking notes, click on the read aloud button, the last button on the right here, and it will pull up a new screen with my speaking notes. I could click the microphone, record myself reading over the notes and preparing my speech, click stop. I could listen back to what I said. It's a great way to, if you're a nervous person, you get a little anxious going in front of the class and presenting to your classmates. This is an excellent way to help you prepare for that presentation. And from here, you can, listen to your notes. If you need someone else to read it over to you, the computer will read it to you. It's just an excellent way to help you prepare for your presentation. And that's the read aloud button. So that's all for today. I hope you could take a few tools and put them to good use when you are reading, writing, or perhaps studying a topic. Check them out. See how they work best for you. And I look forward to hearing how it goes. All the best.